Welcome on into Flame Central. She's Annie. I'm Matt. Big show on deck today and a big game coming up this week for Liberty football.
The Battle of the Blue Ridge as the Flames take on JMU. Joe Yock will be here to discuss that in just a little bit. But before we jump on ahead, let's take a look back to Liberty's Week 3 matchup against Bowling Green.
Yeah, a second straight road contest for the Flames. They were trying to get back above 500 on the young season. The theme to this game would be missed opportunities. Let's start in the first quarter. Liberty trailing 3-0. Ethan Vasco rips one down the field to Elijah Canyon for the go-ahead score, but hold on. A holding penalty would bring it all back. That took a touchdown off the board, and an ensuing missed field goal meant an empty possession for the Flames. Jump to the second quarter, still 3-0. This time, Evan Dickens breaking free. 54 yards for the go-ahead score. You know what's coming? Hold up. Yep, that's right. Another holding call wipes out the touchdown. That possession would then end with an interception. Meanwhile, just before the half, Bowling Green would take advantage of a Liberty turnover, converting it into points. That touchdown put the Falcons up 10-0 at the break. Second half, here come the Flames. Vasco deep to Dante Lee Jr., a 44-yard score. Dante Lee's been breaking out this season. Suddenly it's a 10-7 ball game on Lee's third touchdown grab of the year. It was 13-7. Late in the third now, 3rd and 7. Vasco finding Casey Kane. A huge gain down the middle of the field, taking it into Bowling Green territory. But wait, a flag down again. It too would be called back. That drive would then stall. Liberty had 6 costly penalties in this ball game. Add to that 4 turnovers. And despite Liberty outgaining Bowling Green on the day, the Flames fall 23-13, suffering their second straight loss.
We had 14 points taken off the board, and that was 14 points were huge the way the game went. But ultimately, we got to do a better job. We're not playing to the level that this team's capable of for whatever reason right now, and that's on me. You know, and I got to figure out how to get that fixed, because I can take a loss if you're playing the type of game that I believe that we can play. And credit to Bowling Green, they did a good job of not beating themselves. But that's more of the frustration, disappointment is really myself.
So a frustrating loss for the Flames, no doubt. They're going to have to flip it quick. A huge matchup this week with James Madison from just down the road. But before we get to that, Joe Yock is here. Little Yock talk. Going to break down a couple of key plays from this past week that showcase some areas the Flames need to clean up.
Yeah, I mean, this comes down to the fundamentals.
Right.
It's you clean up the fundamentals. Like you can pull all the sleds you want to pull.
Yeah.
You can have the chains around. You can give all the motivational speeches you want to give. You can do all that stuff you want to do. But if you don't execute the fundamentals, it's going to bite you square in the
backside. All right, let's take a look.
Yes.
Starting on the defensive side for the Flames, a 3rd and 9 here late first quarter.
Yeah, you take a look right now. This is a good concept, what they're trying to do. They're bringing the defensive back on a blitz right here to try to catch him off guard. Bowling Green does a good job of picking it up, but it's still fundamental because you get the loop right here, the press right here, the press right here, the outside rush right here, this back flares out here, and then that guy right there on the outside backer is going to train him to make sure that he's covered. Now, so if you watch this go right now, take a look. Here comes a corner on the blitz. There's your looper right there. Keep going, stop it right there. So now they've picked it up well,
right,
but you're in good position. Look at the lockout right there, solid. This guy right now is in a good position, right?
Yeah.
He's solid. This guy knows he can get a little bit above the quarterback because he's got the looper to protect that lane. Where could the trouble begin? The trouble begins if that DB, who's not used to rushing the passer, gets beyond him and this guy commits the wrong way. So if you take a look at these two guys right here, watch what happens once they create that lane. He gets above, and then now that quarterback can find that open space and then create yardage with his legs. So take a look at it from here. If you just move it slowly, there he goes above. He goes back inside. Now there becomes the lane because he gets above and the quarterback makes a 15-yard run. Everybody's got to stay in their lane, do their fundamentals so that pocket collapses on the quarterback. Instead of a 15-yard run, you got a 10-yard sack.
All right, so that was on the defensive side. Flip it to the offense now. Liberty not without their miscues on that side of the ball as well. We take a look at a play from the second quarter of this ball game.
Yeah, this is another one that bites you in that same part we were talking about earlier. Yeah. So if you take a look right here, what Liberty's got on is an RPO, run pass option, where this guy's going to run an out route right there. Quarterback's making his read. The back stepping up here. He decides that he wants to throw this football, but then what you'll see is we're blocked, we're in good shape, we're blocked here, and then this back right here is reading this guy, and now here's your free runner. This back's got to pick up. That's
a lot of arrows.
That's a lot of arrows.
Joe.
That's a lot of things happening, but we're going to freeze it, and we're going to show you exactly what happens. Everybody's picked up. You run it. Here it comes. Everybody, we're picked up. We're in good shape. Pause it right there. When you take a look at this guy becomes your blitzer now.
Yeah.
So as the back fakes here, here's a back here to pick. You can see his eyes go to here to check to see if this guy's coming. Now keep it going right now. Keep it going. Stop right there. We run by this guy. This guy runs by this guy. Who's blocking this guy? Quarterback's eyes. You can see. He realizes he's got off coverage out here. He's going to throw it out. It's 2nd and 6 with 8 minutes to go. We're going to get a first down. We're going to keep moving the chains. Here comes our free runner. Once again, nobody picks him up. Quarterback. That's not Ethan Vasco's fault.
No chance.
Next thing you know, you're in a 3rd and 15, and you're behind the chains. You end up going to punt, whatever it may be, and you got a mess on your hands. All that is simple fundamentals, man. You got to be willing to stick your face in the fan, get them in there, and get somebody. And when you do that, then you win football games.
Joe gets fired up about the details, but all it takes is one little miscue to derail an entire drive.
Stick your face in the fan and then block somebody, and good things happen.
All that to say, Liberty now taking on James Madison this week. A really good team, a very athletic team. What are the keys for Liberty? In addition to just cleaning up what we saw here.
Obviously, you got to clean up the fundamentals on those, both offense and defense, and then you can't turn over the football.
Yeah.
The turnovers were too much. Take care of the football, make your conversions, score in the red zone, and then now you're playing a really good team, but you are very capable of beating this team. Just execute.
Make it a game going into the fourth quarter.
Make a game going into the fourth. You never know what's going to happen.
That's going to be the key. Joe, appreciate it. As always, go catch your breath.
It's Yak Talk, baby.
Just 99 miles separate the campuses of Liberty and James Madison. And over the next 16 years, these two teams are set to meet each other 10 times in the newfound Battle of the Blue Ridge. But surprisingly, it's been 11 seasons since the Flames and Dukes last encountered one another. And that meeting is forever a renowned moment in Flames football history. Let's take a look back in time.
November 29th, 2014, Liberty at James Madison. The Flames playing in their first ever postseason contest, while the Dukes were playing in their 19th, which included a national championship.
Number 6, you're going to call the toss? Yes, sir.
This would be a game of momentum shifts.
Inside the 10, 5, touchdown Liberty Flames.
Each team seeming to take control at different points.
Inside the 10, 5, touchdown JMU.
It would all come down to the fourth quarter. The Flames trailing by 1 on their own 15-yard line with 13:54 left in the game, and they would flirt with disaster.
Here comes a blitz off the corner. Ball is stripped, still rolling, and picked up by Woodrum, and takes it all the way back.
That near calamity would be the first play of a season-defining drive that die-hard Flames fans will never forget.
Right down the seam, wide open. First down. 14th play of the drive coming up. No blitz. The pass is caught. A juggling catch made by Peterson, and he's got the first down at the 4.
17 plays and 11 minutes later, the Flames were knocking on the door to the end zone.
2nd and goal. To the fullback. Second effort.
But would they score?
No signal yet. Ball's loose. We're waiting. Touchdown!
Liberty led, but the game wasn't over just yet. JMU would have one final chance.
Lee back to pass. Over the middle. Inside the 5, broken up, incomplete.
This Kenny Scott pass breakup would seal the thrilling come-from-behind victory and seal Liberty football's first ever postseason win.
Well, in case no one's told you yet, this Lady Flames volleyball team is on a tear to start the season. 9-1, the best 10-match start in program history. The recent victory was a come-from-behind thriller over Radford, and Carly O'Brien, she recorded a team-leading 19 kills and 11 digs. Earlier this week, Carly stopped by the Flame Central podcast presented by Ortho Virginia to share what that recipe for success has been.
What stands out to you of how you guys have gotten off to such a hot start so quickly?
Yeah, I think with the new team, the new coaches, everyone decided that we're just going to buy in completely. Like, we're not going to toe dip. We're going to jump straight in and just see what all that Jeremy has to offer for us and see how far we can go this year. I think with Jeremy's resume, we really have a lot of respect for him and how much he knows for the game. So it wasn't really that hard trusting him. I'm just really excited to see how far we can go. I think we still have a lot to learn, even though we're 8-1. There's still so much that we can learn, and I'm just excited to see how far we can go.
Great conversation with Carly O'Brien, former Gatorade Player of the Year, by the way. Make sure you catch the rest of it on the Flame Central podcast presented by Ortho Virginia. A new episode drops every single Monday. You can listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or watch it on the Liberty Flames YouTube channel.
We always have a good time on the podcast. We have a good time here at Warm, Hot, and Fuego as well. Rhett McGibbon here. You know what that means. Top player moment from the past week in Liberty Athletics. Rhett, you brought a good theme last week. What are we doing this time around?
All right, this week, don't get too excited, kids. National Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Oh,
yes.
Now Emily Austin's not here today.
That's
she
true.
has a joke about that. Should I share it?
You probably should in her honor.
Okay. She always says, "What's a pirate's favorite letter?" You thought it'd be R,
Right, of
but it's
course.
really the C. That's her joke.
Okay,
I feel
yeah.
stupid for even saying
Well,
that joke. She's worn it out over the years.
She's going to have the warm feelies.
That's
knowing
right.
that you
That's
did
right. All right, let's
that.
start with
Yeah.
warm this week, Rhett. Who's warm?
All right, Carlos Trott, center back, men's soccer, and the word to go with him, the pirate slang,
Yes.
is he's a great matey back there.
Matey. Okay,
with the
all right.
goalkeeper. In this game, man, Carlos Trott taking on Longwood. There was an opportunity for Longwood to tie this game up in the first half, late stages, and Carlos Trott standing on that back line, goalkeeper's down on his face doing the scorpion or something like that. Trott just gets his leg up in the last moment, saves what I thought was a surefire goal, and then Liberty goes on to win it 2-1. So that goal technically saves at least another win for you, right? And the Flames undefeated, and a big part him. Like Carlos Trott all year long has been very vocal on the back end, a younger Flames back end this season so far. That back line has been really good, and he's a big part of it.
Yeah, you talked about that, how gritty that team is this year. We've seen that time and time again.
I've really enjoyed watching them this year. Yeah, like they have turned a corner in the grittiness factor, and again, undefeated on the season, 4-0-2. It took JMU to a draw, so I've really enjoyed watching them play.
All right, from warm, we go to hot.
All right, the hidden treasure of Liberty is volleyball.
Yes.
The ladies
Yes.
have not been home much, just took down Radford a couple days ago, but 9-1 on the season, coming through. Like, I'm going to lay my cards out here a little bit. If I had come into this year and you told me like volleyball was going to have a real struggle to start this season, I'd been like, I totally understand.
Get it.
To go 9-1.
All of that.
Yeah,
a lot
exactly.
of new faces.
Yeah, 100%. But now they're just firing. Like, good for them. They've knocked off Rutgers, knocked off ECU. Big reason, Paige Overcash, this young lady on the team last year, come back this year, and right now 3.83 kills per set, a 405 percentage. 405. That's up there. She has been terrific thus far, and great job by the team buying in, the coaching staff laying out a great plan. Whenever a new coach comes in, you can't do too much right off the bat. You kind of have to keep it simplified, but still effective. They have done a phenomenal job of that.
Yeah, cannot wait to see when the schedule turns to conference play, what they're able to do then.
Yeah.
All right, finally, Rhett, in Fuego this week, who is it?
I'm going to go with the term first.
Okay.
Shiver me timbers.
We don't use that enough these days. We really don't.
Ivy Garner.
What a stud.
Oh, my goodness.
What a
like,
stud.
when you're thinking about, the Mount Rushmore of Liberty women's soccer.
She might be carving herself
Her face is getting up there. Yeah, somebody's up there just dinking away. Nancy Davis-White's another one up there. Her name has to be in that mix now. And in a more current terms, when you think of a stud that was on a program, Jill Bolton always comes to mind.
Right, on the field hockey side.
Ivy Gardner, I feel like, is right in that same category. Like, there are some games where you just see her take it to another level. And it's not like she's like a pure speed demon when it comes to just rolling. She's just good at everything. She's got girls like holding on to her, and she fights through, and she's just so prolific. Against UNCG, the hat trick, they win 4-0. But on so many nights, it is Ivy Garner that you feel like she's doing the dirty work, the finesse work, whatever needs to be done. she is getting it done for these Lady Flames. 6 goals on the year.
Absolutely. Carrying the women's soccer program right now.
Yeah.
Rhett, great job as always.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And with more on soccer, speaking of that, we send it back over to Annie.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Luke Eberle spent 5 seasons commanding the pitch as a Flames midfielder, leading the team through hills and valleys as the captain. But where one journey ends, another begins. And as Luke stepped away from college soccer, he embarked on a new journey, a mission to transform lives across the globe.
Luke Eberly spent 5 seasons as a Liberty Flame.
Eberly 5 goals on the season. He swings it in towards net and he drills it.
He would score or assist on 32 goals over his career, which came to an end in 2024.
As it's winding down, you're quickly thinking, this is the last time I'm playing on this field, or this is the last time I'm on an away trip. There's all these lasts that kind of happen instead of the firsts. You're quickly realizing kind of what's next. I think athletes don't talk enough about how hard it is to kind of transition from the sports world to the real world.
But luckily for Luke, his next step would be a familiar one. As a sophomore, Luke became involved with an organization called Samaritan's Feet, which collects and delivers shoes to needy people all over the world. Luke would use his position as an athlete to join in that effort.
We sent 2,000 shoes to Ukraine. We sent 200 cleats to Haiti. And next thing you know, I was kind of on this road for using my platform as an athlete to kind of be an ambassador for the organization as a whole. It was kind of at the start of NIL and the world of athletes making money, but Samaritan's Feet International, they had a different idea for that, kind of using athletes to kind of be an ambassador for something good. It wasn't about profit, I can tell you that much. It was just about something way bigger.
Luke's passion, which began while he was a player, has now become his career. He has joined the staff of Samaritan's Feet, which has given shoes to over 11 million people across the globe. In fact, recently, Luke delivered shoes to people attending a soccer conference in Africa.
I went to Kibera, the largest slum in Nairobi, Kenya, to a really small church in the heart of Kibera, and we were able to do a full Samaritan's Feet shoe distribution with the local coaches and kids there.
We're just trying to make sure we fit everyone with a pair of shoes that works. Hopefully we can either fit themselves, their kids, or hopefully their mom.
While giving a pair of shoes may meet a physical need, for Luke and Samaritan's Feet, it's so much more than that. It's a gateway to giving an even greater gift, the gospel.
When you go there, the average level of hurt that the individual experiences there is so much greater. So really the beauty of Samaritan's Feet is we're able to sit across from everyone that receives the pair of shoes. So it's not just a transactional, here's a pair, see you later. We want to engage with who's receiving them. And so when we were able to sit across some of these people that traveled far and wide to come to this soccer conference and thinking they were here for tactics and drills, and they were really here for the gospel, see their lives change through that message, but then ultimately be able to sit one-on-one and hear their story, pray with them, hear their joy, hear their gratitude. It is truly life-changing.
But on this trip, getting the shoes to their destination was not without its challenges.
We land at like 11 p.m. and we get escorted by a guy in like a military uniform to this back office, and they're like, you need to pay to get these into the country. He originally gives us a price of like $800 to get the shoes, and I just told him, you can have, like, I can't pay that. We're kind of negotiating with him, and long story short, I think we ended up giving him $150, and we got him, his daughter, and his friend a pair of shoes. Getting the shoes into the church was another story because it was a very dangerous area, and so we had to get the shoes into the church without anyone really seeing them. And we basically pulled the truck up, took in the back alley as fast as we can, took them to the back of the church, and it was just all throughout God's protection and providence to kind of make it happen, honestly.
God's blessing is quite evident at a Samaritan's Feet shoe distribution, but that blessing isn't limited to just the ones receiving the shoes.
You go there thinking that you're blessing them. You're blessing everyone who's going to receive a pair of shoes. And then you sit across from them, you hand them a pair of shoes, and you realize that their story and what they're sharing is far more of a blessing on your own life. Every good and perfect gift is from above, from the Father of heavenly lights, who does not shift like the changing shadows. And I think just the idea that whether it's a gift from ourselves, a new opportunity, or we're giving someone something else, ultimately that gift is from the Father, and nothing that we have is our own. And ultimately we're called to just steward the gifts He's given us, the financial gifts He's given us, the opportunities we have, and knowing that really they're coming from Him.
So great to see the work that Luke's doing, a great representative of Liberty University. You know who's not representing very well today? It's Emily Austin and myself in our Flames Fantasy League.
Matt, I've heard some chatter online.
Oh, really?
Are you tanking already to get that top draft pick next year?
It just appears that way. We are not tanking.
Okay.
Take a look at the standings. You might think we've been tanking the way our team's been performing thus far. Joe Yock, Emily, myself competing, and right now Joe has doubled us up. Our new goal is to combine our points and see if we can beat Joe over the course of the entire season, because I don't know if we're going to be catching.
It's not looking pretty.
It's not looking good. Well, hey, we're about out of time this week. As always, for any stories you might have missed, go to libertyflamecentral.com.
And the Flame Central podcast every Monday. Don't miss our new episodes.
That's right. For Annie, I'm Matt. Thank you so much for watching this week. We'll see you right back here next time.